everybody. Welcome back to the Raw Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, you already I ask you to do it every day. Why? Because we are growing a tribe over here. We are, and it is growing. I'm telling you, I go in the comments, I see new names every day, and I am thrilled. I am. And because of that, we want to continue to grow our tribe. Y'all know what y'all got to do? Yes, go down here in those settings, look around, find that subscribe button and go ahead on and subscribe and join this tribe. Come on. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in, and give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. Dragging me on these streets, but you know what? I got used to it. Also, to all the people who watch the commercials to support the channel, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. When you see that skip button and you decide not to skip and just decide to support the channel, just know I appreciate it so, so very much. Also, right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I'll be so grateful, so thankful, so over the moon appreciative for your support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation to the channel, our super thanks button is right over there. And all donations to the channel is always, always greatly appreciated. All right, with all that said, let's get to the read, y'all, because of course we got a lot. And y'all know when I am putting the read together, y'all know what I do. I hit these internet streets, and that's what I did. I was in these streets most of the day. I was on all the platforms. Y'all know me, I go to every one of them. I was over to Blue Sky, stayed over there for quite a while, then moved over to TikTok, just stuck my head in, just kind of just went in there just a little bit. So I just kind of stuck my head in just for a minute. And then I went on over to Instagram. The Instagram squatties are just over there. They are talking about everything, mostly Harry, continuing to lift him up, to absolutely revel in his victory. And I'm telling you, y'all know I enjoyed that. I was over there and just absolutely enjoying all the posts that those squatties are putting up over there. And they are, talk, like I said, it's kind of all over the place. They talk a little bit about Kitty Cat, and William was out today and Charles was out today cosplaying Megan. I'll tell you one thing you can say, Megan changed that place over there. She did. She changed everything about him. And we're going to talk about a little about it too, because it's a little annoying to me. It really is. But then I went on to X, formerly known as Twitter, and the squatties over there are just talking about everything too. Still talking about Harry, still loving up on Harry, still just absolutely just shining a light on his monumental win. That's the only way you can put it. It absolutely brought down it brought down Goliath. Yes, David did. And I mean, that's not something you just get over in a few days. That's something you have to celebrate for a while. And that is what the squatties are doing. And I love it. I love it. But like I say, they dragging Charles and Kate and William a little bit because they do nothing but cosplay Harry and Meghan. And it's a little annoying. It really is. It really kind of annoys me. Y'all tell me what y'all think after we talk about it, but it annoys me. And let's see what else they're talking about. And they're dragging a lot of the trolls, and they're dragging a lot of the flying monkeys. They still trying to create some kind of narrative that somehow Harry lost. Like I said, it's hard for me to see these people tie themselves in a knot trying to gaslight people into believing that getting everything that you wanted plus a pocket full of money is losing. But somehow they make up all these stories. And it really just shows how twisted their minds are, how fevered their minds are. I'm telling you, it is funny to watch because every time they come up with something new, that they get roasted for it. And my whole thing is good for them because it is just ridiculous. It's no way if you have any kind of sense. That's the only way I can put it. If you have any kind of sense of reality, I guess that's another way to put it. It's as if they don't have a sense of reality. They live in a la la land and want other people to believe what they are just peddling over there in their la la land. In actuality, anybody who's living in the real world know that Murdoch bent the knee. Harry got everything he wanted, and at the end of the day, he got a big, big, fat pocket of money, and we just love that for them. And we love it for Harry. We do. So let's get into this read, and we're gonna start off with Charles and Kitty Cat and William, what they're up to and why it annoys me. And I'm gonna put this up, and we're gonna start with Charles. Charles was out and about today, and breaking news came across GB News, and I'm gonna put it up, and it says, breaking news: King Charles wiped away tears as he became the first British monarch to visit Auschwitz. Yes, they made that breaking news. Can you believe that? Every time I think that these people could be could not be more of a bunch of sycophants, they absolutely outdo themselves. These flying monkeys, these toadies, I'm telling you, who would have thought that Charles crying would become breaking news and posted about it? I'm just saying. Also, I'm gonna put this up, and this is an article that I found in the New York Post, and it is about Charles, William, and Kitty Cat was all out in force today. They was out working. Charles was over in Auschwitz, over there to that concentration camp, and like I said, really shining a light on a worthwhile thing that should never be forgotten. Man's inhumanity to man is always shocking to me. And William and Kate was in London and commemorating it in London with a Jewish group. They had like a ceremony or something. And so New York Post wrote this article, and the name of the article is The Royal Family Live Update. Prince William, Kate Middleton meets Holocaust survivors. King Charles tours Auschwitz. Yes. And so this is a picture of Charles while he's over there. And Charles looked pretty good. I must say, he looks way better than he did yesterday. You remember that picture in my last podcast I put up? He absolutely looks a whole lot better. I don't know if they're photoshopping this photo or he was just out in the cold and his face was kind of red from the cold, blush from the cold or what, because he looked awful yesterday, but he actually looks pretty healthy here. And that's why I go back and forth if he has cancer or not. Today, I'm thinking he don't have it because he looks pretty good. All of them really look good. Even William is starting to look better. Like I said, we all know they have their own photographers and videographers. They carry all of that along with them. So this might be that because I don't see where it's a Getty image. So it could be Photoshop, but he looks pretty good in it. And in this article, it talks about it. It says King Charles becomes the first British monarch to visit Auschwitz. It says King Charles the Third made history as the first British monarch to visit Auschwitz concentration camp. The 76-year-old king commemorated the Holocaust Memorial Day at the camp in Poland on Monday. Charles way over there in Poland. And like I said, looking pretty good. He absolutely is. Charles might be absolutely just lying and faking about cancer because he looked pretty good today. I'm just saying. And then this particular squatty commented, I'm gonna put a comment in between I'm not gonna go through the whole article. I'll just go back and forth because I had to put this comment in because it is so funny to me. They got Charles breaking news that he was crying about, of course, which is a very, very sad um, time in history. It absolutely was. And nobody can pretend any different. Like I said earlier, man's inhumanity to man never, ever ceased to shock me. And so, and this here, that whole legacy over there in Auschwitz is absolutely shocking to say the least. So I understand the tears, but we all know that this is the same man who never shedded a tear or bothered to comfort his small son whose mother had been killed in a tunnel in Paris. All he did was walk into the room, put his hand on his small son's leg, and say, "Your mama got in a car crash and she didn't make it," and walked out of the room. Yes, yes, Charles did that. And so they want us to believe that the same man who did that is the man who's sitting there crying and having emotions. That all of a sudden he has all these emotions. He has become a human being and no longer is a lizard person. But we all know something different. We do. But I'm going to put up this squattie's comment about him going to Auschwitz. And it says this: funny how Prince Charles is making history with visiting Auschwitz while British Empire horrors, including the colonization of India, are conveniently forgotten. How about accountability for all the suffering? Where is the lie? They go to the Commonwealth and all of the havoc, all of the terror, all of the horrendous acts that they perpetrated on the people of the Commonwealth. They cannot even muster up an apology. Every time they go over there, they're tap dancing around it, never giving a full throated apology to anybody. But yet, and still, here he sits trying to give us some kind of feeling that he is actually a human being and have feelings for all the atrocities that have happened there. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't, but if he does, it is totally and absolutely out of character for him because he's never behaved in this manner before. I'm just saying. Even when it hits on a personal level, like I was saying about how he treated Harry when his mother died. I'm just saying. So I agree with this squatty. Where is the accountability for all of the havoc that the British Empire has wreaked on the world? And when I say the world, I mean the world. The British Empire's horrors have touched every corner of this world. It kind of feels a little, I don't know, icky and annoying. And this is going to be the running theme of my podcast today is I am annoyed with them. I really am. Because at the end of the day, to me, it seems like this whole day was a pantomime. It was a play. And they just took on, every one of them took on this one character. And they was trying to play it in their particular way. And who was that character, you ask? Meghan Markle. They all was cosplaying Meghan. They all was taking on the role of a character. They have become actors over there, and they have took on all the characteristics of Meghan and had just absolutely pretend like they have feelings, just hugging people, crying, doing all of the things that Meghan does and pretending like it's them who are feeling it. It is the strangest and annoying thing to watch. I watched some of it today, and I'm telling you, my only feelings was I'm annoyed, and I'm just saying. And just like this, but how about going over to the Commonwealth and giving a full-throated apology with your whole chest? What about that? While you sitting around crying, pretending, absolutely pretending like you got some feelings. Because my whole thing is this: if you really have feelings, him and William, they just pretend, and him and Kate was hugging everybody who had a neck over there. She was around their necks. If you got all these feelings that you are just trying to make people believe that you have got gaslighting us, what about all those people with all that mold in them houses? Y'all have been aired out by Channel 4, and they have made a whole lot of claims that y'all have done a whole lot of stuff like allowing people to be in moldy, drafty, cold houses. We saw the pictures. And what has Slumlord Willie done about any of that? Nothing except continue to accept the checks that those people write for their rent every month. He did nothing. What has Charles done about charging the NHS money to park their ambulance and charging cancer charities and children charities money for rent? What has he done about that? Where is that caring heart? Where is that tender heart that they have been portraying today? Where is that at? Because I hadn't saw not one thing that these people have did to, you know, really, really demonstrate that they are who they are pretending to be today. That's a caring person. That's what they went out and pretended to be Meghan all day. But yet and still, they have never done anything to back it up, to let people, to show any kind of proof that they are authentic in this new behavior that they have taken on. Because the last time I looked, the taxpayer keeps running those checks to the duchy. And those duchies don't do anything. They're slumlords and they got their fingers in every aspect of the taxpayer over there in the UK, just dragging in the money. And Charles and William are out flying over their heads with these helicopters, pretending like they care about them. Where is the money shot? Looking for the money shot. That's what they were doing today. That's what Charles was doing today when he was wiping away his fake tears. Where is the money shot? That's what Kate was doing today when she was hugging everybody who had a neck. Where is the money shot? That's what William was doing with his fake smiling and leaning in and pretending like he cares about what these people are saying. Where is the money shot? The same as where is the money shot when he was riding the train, pretending like he's some kind of environmentalists while his helicopter flew over empty to pick him up. Where's the money shot? These people need to stop. It is annoying that they have absolutely taken on all of the characteristics of Meghan to the point where Kate is just cosplaying Meghan so hard. It is annoying to watch. Kate has never had cancer. The time she's taken off is she has used that time to study the mannerisms and everything it is about Meghan. I bet if you go, she got a vision board and all kind of study materials that's all about Meghan, so she can make herself more and more and more about me, like Meghan. She came there. I'm gonna put this picture up. She came there dressed like Meghan. This is them coming into that memorial service in London. Her and William, and she is got full on Meghan dress. When did Kate ever dress like this before Meghan? Never. You can divide this family into really four sections. It was before Diana and after Diana. And then it was before Meghan and after Meghan. The two women who they bullied out, the two women that they absolutely tried to destroy, has changed that institution more than any of the ones who stayed in it. Meghan has absolutely remade that institution into her image. All you had to do was watch these people perform today, and you would see that they all was playing the role of Meghan Markle. I bet Meghan sit back and laugh at these people pretending to be her. Kate, full on in character. They always said Meghan was an actress. She was an actress. Well, baby, all them folks over there actress. And they are acting and pretending and taking on the role of Meghan Markle, this woman that they perceived to be someone that they despised. I'm just saying, it is something to see. Let me put up this, like I said, this particular article, and we're going to go through it. We talked about Charles. Now we're going to talk about what they did. Like I said, this is a picture of them coming in with her full on Meghan costumery. I mean, just got somebody who is studying Meghan, and she has, ever since Meghan has shown up on the scene, and especially since Meghan left, this is all she do is dress like Meghan. And this whole blue suit that he got on, that looks like something Harry would be wearing, because we all know Harry wears blue all the time. I'm just saying. But yes, okay, it says Prince William and Kate Middleton met with Holocaust survivors at memorial ceremony in London. Prince William and Kate Middleton attended a ceremony commemorizing the Holocaust Memorial Day in London on Monday. The couple paid their respects at the service alongside faith and civic leaders and survivors of the Holocaust. And it seemed like it was really, really nice. But like I said, Kate was in full on character. She absolutely was in her character, and the character which she was playing was Meghan Markle. I'm just saying. I'm going to put up this picture. Here she is in full character. Look at her leaning in, laughing, absolutely in full character. And like I said, I must say it's annoying to me. I can't watch it too much. And then look at this one, hugging. Yeah, you know Charles done start hugging folks and crying. And we all know the horse will cry in a minute trying to get some kind of sympathy or trying to get in the newspapers. But one thing we know for sure, that this is a pantomime. This is a play. These are characters that they have taken on. Well, the character of Meghan Markle they have taken on, because the real Meghan Markle, it is who she is. And she always does something to help people. She is result oriented. She is putting in place different projects to help people. What has these two, William and Kate and Charles, done to help anybody? Especially Kate. Kate has been around that family for what, 25 years, and she don't have a project that she can look to or point at that has helped one person other than herself. And William just got Earthflop. And like I said, Earthflop is what, 2 or 3 years old? And we are yet to learn one of the winners of Earthflop. Nobody knows who they are because he has completely made it about himself. I'm just saying. And we all know the homeless thing is just a front, because just this week, or was it last week, where he went to an engagement, I think 30 minutes or so, with homeless teens, and then jumped on a private jet and went to a football match in Monaco, where all that money that he used for that, he could have donated to that center and really changed some lives. But he did not want to do that. He just wanted the money shot. And that is the difference between playing a character and being the real person. Because that's what Megan would have done. She would have put something in place. It's no way she would have went there and not put something in place to help the people that she went there to see. Harry and Meghan are notorious for doing stuff like that. Look when they went to Colombia and how they are setting up projects to help people over there. And look when they went to Nigeria, they are building a veteran center, or Invictus Center over there. William and Kate they're just actors. That's all they are. They play a role. And here lately, they see that the way Meghan and Harry move in this world works for them. So they've taken on those characters, but they have not taken on the real deal of the work, because that's not who they are. Because at the end of the day, this is a 1,000-year-old grift. I'm just saying. And I want to say this. Another thing that annoyed me today is how these people was out working, the Left Behinds was out working, but they could not resist. The Flying Monkeys, the Toadies, and all of them could not resist dragging Harry and Meghan into it to try to prop these people up. And I am sick of it. I am. Let them stand up on their own. They already take it on and incorporated and colonizing Harry and Meghan's personality. I mean, it's almost like silly putty. They are absolutely just just making a carbon copy of Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan. But yet and still, they still want to use Harry and Meghan to prop them up. This particular article in the New York Post is about William, Kate, and Charles, but guess who they dropped in the middle of it with no kind of justification at all, because Harry and Meghan are on black. They have faded to black over there in Montecito. They are minding their Montecito business. But yet and still, in this particular article, they inject Harry in it with no justification whatsoever, because Harry has not said anything about the court case. He has not made a comment, no further than what his lawyer said at the end of the case as a statement. That's it. But yet and still, reporting on the left behinds, out doing work, they insert Harry into the article. And this is what they said. Prince Harry is in exile after falling out with his family. What is new about that? What is so new about that? You got to inject that into an article about them. It's ridiculous. And then it says Prince Harry is on his own after having a fallout with his royal family members, expert says. Can you believe that nonsense? Just trying to create just regurgitated nonsense, putting it in the article to try to absolutely support and prop up these people by inserting Harry into an article that has nothing to do with him, and he has done nothing new for anybody to report on. Talking about Harry is in exile, he chooses it. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliam recently told Fox News it's lonely and he will be undoubtedly missed his friends and family, and went on to that nonsense, that regurgitated, rehashed nonsense, and inserted it into an article about Charles, Kate, and William and what they did today. Today. This article is from today, but regurgitating that nonsense and putting Harry in it. That's why I'm annoyed. It's annoying. But it doesn't stop there. Got something else. I'm going to put this up. Talking about and staying on the same theme of inserting Harry and Meghan to try to prop up these people. It's not enough for them to steal Harry and Meghan's personality, everything they do, how they do it. I mean, just absolutely cosplaying them with no kind of shame whatsoever. They still got to continue to use them to try to get some shine for these left behinds. And Meredith, she posted this, and then another squatty reposted it. And this is what she posted. Do you think the Sun know that they added a picture of Meghan into Kate's piece about Cartier? Look at that particular article. This is supposed to be an article about Kate and Cartier. But who do they put front and center into it? Meghan. Meghan. Using Meghan to try to bolster up Kate. That's why I'm annoyed. If Kate is so great, let her stand on her own. Leave Meghan out of it. Meghan is minding her Montecito business. Let her do that. I'm just saying. And this particular squatty reposted what Meredith said, and then said this. It beggars belief why the Sun, a publication that often has the tongue up the royal's butt, has a picture of Meghan smack dab in the middle of an article that is theoretically should be about Kate. Where is the lie? This article is about Kate. All right. It's about Kate. Why is Meghan in there? Because they want to try to use Meghan, continue to try to use Meghan to prop these people up. But yet instead they want to say Meghan is irrelevant. Harry is irrelevant. But you cannot write a story without inserting them in it. They have faded to black in Montecito. Why are you using them? Why do you continue? You cannot keep their names out of your mouth. And even when you keep their names out of your mouth, like they did with this particular article with Kate, you have to put Meghan's picture there because this particular woman cannot stand on her own. and stop trying to gaslight us into believing she can. And this whole fashion icon is such a joke. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put this up. And this over Victoria Ward, she works over there at the Telegraph, and she gonna post this and said, "The Princess of Wales wearing five-string pearl necklace that belonged to the late Queen warmly greets Holocaust survivor Stephen Frank and Yvonne Bernstein, telling Mr. Frank it's like seeing an old friend. It really is." You telling me she was able to string that sentence together? I bet you she wasn't. I bet she wasn't able to string that sentence together, but they pretty much kind of figured out that's what she was trying to say. But this particular squatty came up under that and said this: "The fact that you guys would blast Megan when she would show some humanity. Where is the lie? Look at Kate hugging people. I mean, hugging everybody who has a neck. And yet, they all said when Megan showed any kind of humanity, any kind of graciousness, any kind of compassion, it was breaking royal protocol. Everything was breaking royal protocol when it came to Megan. And now these left behinds have taken on the persona of Meghan Markle, have absolutely just shedded their skin and put Megan's skin on them. And I'm telling you, it is something to watch. And like I said, it annoys me. But this squatter goes on to say, empathy. Well, let me start over. It said the fact that you guys would blast Megan when she would show some humanity, empathy, and the human touch by embracing people, but you absolutely fall over your own feet when Kate does. It truly is disgusting and proves you never wanted to give Megan the slightest chance. You wanted to blast her to kingdom come and chase her out of the UK so you could go back to obsessing over your stuffed, boring royals. They absolutely are behaving like Megan now. They're showing a little personality, but it's not their personality. They're showing Megan's personality because they have co-opted. I'm just saying. I'm gonna put this up. And this particular squatty came in and said this: "It was this moment that I knew whatever she did was always going to be condemned." Where it's a lie. When I saw that, when they went on and on and on about Megan shutting her own car door, I mean, she's raw. She was not supposed to shut her car door. It's against protocol. It's this, it's that. The articles just spun out of control about a simple gesture that all human beings do. And we have saw William and a whole lot of those bunches over there shut their car doors many, many times. But oh, when Megan did it, it was just blasphemy almost. But yes, I agree with this. I knew right then that they was not going to give her any breaks. It says she closed her car door and the BBC News was doing too much as usual. I remember when Megan breaks protocol was almost a daily occurrence in the UK media, where it's a lie. She sneezed, it was against protocol. Her nail polish was against protocol. Her dress was against protocol. Hugging people was against protocol. Taking a selfie was against protocol. You name it. Her mere existence was against protocol. Let them tell it. And now every one of those people have adapted her persona, are out there pretending like they're her, and yet and still now you want to praise all of the things that she did back then that you terrorized her about when she was there. While they're doing it, it's so you know that it's a song that said, When they do it, it's okay. When I do it, it's not. That's the way it was with Megan. When Megan did it, it's not okay. But when they do it, it's okay because they're doing everything, everything that Megan used to do and still do because it's her. It's her personality. They're the fakers in that 1,000-year-old grift they got over there. I'm just saying. I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty said this. Who can remember when hugging was breaking royal protocol? I can. I can remember when. It says Megan forever the trendsetter. She hugged because it was who she is. They never hug, but now they do. And they cry. They just cry. Charles cried. Camilla cried. Kate cried. All of them cry. They hug one another. They'll be singing Kumbaya in a little bit because at the end of the day, one thing they cannot deny is that Rachel Meghan Markle changed that institution. She did. And she shaped it into something that looks more like her than it does anybody else over there. Like Diana did it before her. Yes, yes. And it says being a princess with mixed race isn't for the weak because they rode Megan about any little and every little thing. The more the people loved her, the more they ridiculed her. And they sicked their flying monkeys on them. They did. On her. They did. They did that. All right, I'm gonna put this up. And this is a post answering Cara Malone. Y'all remember we talked about Cara Malone and how they were dragging her. And this is a post to remind Cara Malone that Harry is not the only person in that family who spoke of his experience within that family and that had a problem with that family, but they want to pretend like Harry has done something so unforgivable when his father did the same. And I'm going to put this up, and it says, remember when Charles wrote a book? He called his father a bully and his mother cold. No outrage then. Now, that part is not true. It was an outrage. I mean, the queen sent her flying monkeys to attack Charles because they had polls going if he should be the heir to the throne anymore. He was a disgrace. It was articles being written all over the place. They ate him up. The queen said, "Go on, flying monkeys. Get him, get him, get him." And the flying monkeys went and attacked the heck out of Charles. They did. The queen walked around now looking sweet, but she absolutely, she had some flying monkeys of her own. I'm just saying. But then it went on to say he also did an interview, admitted to adultery, and blamed his father for making him marry Diana. My whole thing is nobody made him marry Diana. He just did not have the guts to stand up to insist on marrying who he wanted to and be able to take the consequences of that decision like Harry did. He wanted to keep it all. He wanted to remain the heir to the throne, but he also wanted to marry who he wanted to marry. Well, it didn't work that way. It didn't work that way. And so he decided to marry Diana. They didn't make him do anything because he always had the choice to marry for love and get the heck out of Dodge. But he did not want to do that because he knew that he didn't have any skills to make it outside of those palace walls. Unlike Harry. He I have said this many, many times. These people know exactly who they are. But so he schemed around and tortured Diana for something she did not do, because she legitimately loved him, but he never legitimately loved her. And I'll tell you why. When Charles was married to Diana, he had to be a husband. He was required to be her husband. When he married Camilla, Camilla treated him like a little boy. She mothered him. He did not have to be a grown man. He did not have to be a husband. All he had to do was to receive the mothering that she was offering up to him. And so, since Charles didn't have to be a husband with Camilla, that's why he chose her. He didn't care she looked like a horse. He didn't care that Diana was this beautiful woman, because his most valued thing about Camilla was that he never had to be an adult. I bet you we would really, really be shocked if we really got an inside look of that relationship. It is more mother and son than it is husband and wife. I'm just saying. And the rest of this tweet, what the rest of this post goes that just telling Carol Malone to shut up, and that Harry never called his family racist, that the British media did. And that is absolutely true. But I'm going to add this little caveat to that. They are. And everybody can see that they are. Everybody saw that they were towards Meghan. The Queen was the only one was loving, caring, and welcoming to Meghan, not the rest of them. And then when they got a load of how accomplished she was, then they really had a problem with her. But we saw exactly who they were. They were exposed. Meghan exposed them, and Piers Morgan put a name to their racism. We found out that the racist was Charles and Kitty Cat. And like I said, I believe it was more than just those two. I'm just saying. But yeah, they were racist. Harry never said it, but we saw it for what it was. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this is about an article. And it is, the name of the article is The Coldness of King Charles the Third. I put the third on because I'm feeling like that. I am annoyed with these people. But this particular post introduced the article, and it says, despite the painful past, Charles lacked the tools or awareness to break the cycle of emotional neglect. His unresolved trauma and unmet emotional needs hinders his capacity for empathy and self-reflection. And like it said, it introduced the article of the coldness of King Charles. All right, I'm gonna put the article up here, and it says by uncategorized. So I don't know who exactly wrote it, but I read it earlier, and it is Chef Kiss, because it explains why Charles is the way he is. He absolutely cannot help himself, because this is who he is at his core. He is a broken, undeveloped, emotionally retarded individual, and it's due to his childhood trauma. His need for, validation from his parents and them never giving it to him, and his, well, how should I explain it? His lack of love and nurturing from his mother. And he said his father was a bully. So let's get into it. It says the intergenerational transmission of emotional neglect. Emotional neglect can leave deep scars, shaping a person's behavior and relationship well into childhood. This phenomenon often perpetrates a cycle where the neglected individual, despite recognizing and resenting the pain caused by their own upbringing, unconsciously and consciously passes on the same coldness to the next generation. And they're saying that is what the Queen did and Philip did to him. Emotional neglect occurs when caregivers fail to respond accurately to a child's emotional needs. This lack of nurturing and acknowledgement can lead to feelings of worthlessness, insecurities, and impaired abilities to form healthy attachments. And anybody see his attachment to the horse is totally and absolutely unhealthy. Because, like I said, he did not have to be a husband. He could be that little boy that he wanted to be, and she mothers him. That is why their relationship is so strong. She gets what she needs out of it, which is her position in life, and he gets what he needs out of it, somebody who's going to love and nurture him. I don't know if Camilla has the ability to love, but evidently she does have the ability to nurture. I'm just saying. It said King Charles grew up feeling unimportant to his mother. In one famous incident, and they talk about the Queen, what happened in that incident. And it says, for the Windsors, power and wealth in the form of continuity of the monarchy are the only thing that matters. Where is the lie? We have saw it on full display. Harry has begged for, I want a family, I want a family. But what Prince Philip said, his famous saying about that place over there, that it is not a family, it's a firm, has absolutely played out exactly as that. Harry is begging for something that doesn't even exist. I think back about my mom when I was little. I always thought she had gum in her purse. Of course she did not. But when she did not, and I asked her for gum, like little kids do in church, I would have a fit because I thought she had this gum and she just would not give it to me. But in actuality, what I was asking her for, she did not have the capacity to give to me. And see, that was what was going on with Charles. Charles was asking the Queen for something that she did not have to give. And Harry continues to ask his father for something that he does not have to give. Charles do not have any kind of love or caring or empathy or any of that to give to Harry because it does not exist. He don't know how to give it. He know how to receive it, and that's why he get it from Camilla. But he do not know how to give it, and it's not required from her. But he absolutely does not. That's why he has always chose her over his children, because it's always been about his needs, no one else's. She fulfills his needs. I'm just saying. And it goes on to say, for the about it's about the continuity, and that is true. It's about the continuing of the grift. And we know that's exactly what the monarchy is. It is 1,000-year-old grift. It has been laid bare for everyone to see that in that documentary on Channel 4. It is 1,000-year-old grift that they have grifted and grifted off of the UK people for all these many years and convince the people that it is somehow to their advantage to continue the grift, that is somehow their national identity for them to give their tax money to this one family and continue their wealth, because somehow it is the way it should be, because it should give you some kind of pride to have them continuing within their wealth. That's the grift. That is the grift, and it's been laid bare for everyone to see. that it has been a 1,000-year-old grift. And it says, everything they do is geared to ensure that the subsequent generations enjoy the enormous privilege of the monarchy. For them, taxpayer millions on top of the billions they already privately hold. Trump's personal happiness and well-being. They may even think that gold carriages, diamonds, and subservience of their subjects is what joy looks like. They saying they don't even probably know what joy even looks like. They think to have people to bow to them, that's joy. To have all this wealth and ride around in these gold carriages, that's joy. Their sense of who they are is so twisted that they don't even know or react like regular people. That's why I call them lizard people. But that's what this is saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I absolutely say it. It says Queen Elizabeth called this determination to cement the firm's financial future duty. Isn't that something? She called the grift duty. And it made people look at it like it's a sacrifice for them to do this. They serve their country doing this. Really? Cutting ribbons and pulling back strings and curtains? Really? And lying to you every chance they get, and the taxpayer running that $1 billion check every year? Really? Is that duty or grift? I'm just saying. And it says, as Charles grew up into adulthood, the unresolved trauma of his mother's coldness lingered. Despite his awareness and pain, these early experiences profoundly influenced his self-concept and emotional responses. And that's why I said Harry is asking him for something that he doesn't have. And it was on full display that he didn't have it when he absolutely walked in that room and told his little baby son that his mother was dead, put his hand on his knee and said she didn't make it, and walked out of the door and left him in there to process that. He didn't have anything else. He gave everything he could give within that moment because he is cold and void of empathy for others. He don't have the ability to do that. He is emotionally void. And then he gonna sit up here there and pretend like he was crying at Auschwitz. And he expect us to believe that. I'm just saying. It says one of the critical ways that in which childhood emotional neglect manifests itself in adulthood is through the distorted sense of control, having to the experience and lack of control in the early life, in their early life. So they want to control people in their adult life. And it goes on, this article goes on to say about this is the reason why this is a technique that people who are affected in this manner, they use silence as a weapon, and how Charles used silence as a weapon, um, you know, when it comes to Harry not answering his phone calls. Remember that? And absolutely not talking to him. And it says the silent treatment is a form of emotional manipulation and punishment. It involves withdrawing communication and emotional engagement to assert control and power over another person. And we all know that they want, and especially Charles, want to control Harry. Why? Because Harry has to shine, and Harry has a wife that has to shine. He has two children that, I'm telling you, if they showed their face, it would blow up the internet. It wouldn't break the internet. It would blow the internet up. And he would love to control that. Because look at, they have no control over Harry and Meghan. And look how they're inserting Harry and Meghan in every story to try to get just a little of their shine, trying to help them to prop them up, using them to prop them up. It says, by using the silent treatment, for example, by declining to meet with Prince Harry when he visited the UK for the Invictus Games 10-year anniversary, King Charles replicated the emotional distance and neglect he experienced as a child. This behavior can be seen as an unconscious reaction of his, reenactment of his childhood trauma, where he assumed the role of a neglectful figure to avoid feeling vulnerable or powerless. I don't know if I agree with that, but okay. But the reason I say I don't know if I agree with that, I just think the horse had a lot to do with it too. She is a manipulative human being. And I think she maybe inserted her power in that because I think her goal has always been to destroy everything that is Diana, including the children, and separate them. Look how she has just systematically dismantled that family. William cannot stand his father. They don't have anything to say to each other. They are always performative when they are in each other's presence. And look at Harry, how he has totally and absolutely done everything that he can to separate from Harry, the only one that cares anything about him and William and doesn't want anything from them. But that's the ones that they chose to punish the hardest and the most harshest. And I believe that the horse had something to do with that too. I don't think it was all Charles. I think she had something to do with it. And that is the reason why I'm not all in on that. That it was all about his childhood trauma. A lot of it is about her manipulation. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this. Because it is something to think about. It's a lot. This person is damaged. And Harry is trying to get something from him that he does not have to give. It is no gum in his pocketbook. No, it's not. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And this is something to remind us that Invictus is right around the corner. I'm telling you, I am so excited. I am so excited. I just cannot wait to see Harry. I can't wait to see Meghan. I cannot wait to see the competitors and all of the games, all of the activities. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And this particular squatty said this, with less than 14 days ago, the excitement is building for the upcoming Invictus Games in Vancouver, Whistler. I'm telling you, I am through the roof with excitement. Yes, 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 yes. We got a lot, squatties. We got a lot, and I can't wait. All right, I'm going to put up this picture. This is a picture of the day. This particular squatty said that she thought it was Kitty and Camilla not getting along. I kind of like it. I do. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all give me some captions for this particular picture here. But I like that when she said Kitty and Camilla not getting along because that horse is not having anything to do with Kitty Cat. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. Bye.